The latest breaking news in New York City after the fatal, unjustified assault at a bus stop, but we don't know what it is yet. Evening, start with President Biden preparing to expand the boundary. A significant shift from his campaign, the wall president's declaration that he would never construct additional walls, and Alejandro Diaz, Secretary of Homeland Security, is an urgent need to create physical obstructions, and roadways close to the stats are much more intimidating. 2.2 million or more migrants have been crossing the country since October of last year, just in the towns and settlements along the southern frontier beseeching assistance, and now authorities in U.S. cities are busing buses to New York City, revealed the refugees' sleeping arrangements in Los Angeles. The sidewalks coping with the migration are too democratic. Governors and mayors have also demanded tonight this strategy, federal action to now extend the wall by up to 20 kilometers, and Texas with funding redirected from the 2019 Trump administration's. The White House claims that money. The president must now spend the evening. Questions why now and if a border wall will be constructed, his enlightening response tonight, and the truth that the White House is dealing with the Democratic Party and immigration problem, Republican members of Congress who, either tonight or tomorrow, find a solution. The wall's recent addition, and the deportations will immediately start. On the border near Eagle Pass, reveal President Biden tonight, Texas tonight, who protested Donald Trump's preparing the way for more with the border wall, building a wall to stave off an influx of humanitarian needs and migratory populations. Tens of thousands were sent throughout the U.S. His own Homeland Security border director stating that as of now there is a pressing and urgent need to build highways and physical obstructions at the border in the neighborhood in order to prevent unauthorized entry into the United States. President Biden of the United States is defending his decision to spend millions of dollars from the Trump administration will be used to build additional walls along the U.S.-Mexico border, despite his declaration that he had no choice but to continue moving away from the border wall. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Now admitting he doesn't think a wall works well. When I approached them, I sought to divert that funding. They refused, they did not, and there is nothing in the legal in the meantime. In addition, they must spend the money. I'm not sure why it was hijacked. Do you really think the border wall? Selena Wang is pushing the White House while we're not there, but why? Right now, for example, since they have been accessible. Biden was elected president around this time, therefore, obey the law to complete this, and that is what you are seeing nowadays. But the truth is that the administration must deal with tens of thousands of people who have crossed the border, exceeding 2.2 million since October of last year, and that there is increasing political pressure with Congress unable to resolve. The Democrats today slammed the president for breaching his election year pledge. He did not add another foot to the wall built on the foundation of my administration, but today might be a new wall for up to 20 miles, located in South Texas, in certain areas 18 feet tall, utilizing money that was allocated during the Trump administration for the wall, just adding 52 miles of new infrastructure, while rebuilding the existing border wall. In 2016, there were 450 kilometers of that wall. You recall that I crossed the border, a wall that the surge made a great deal out of, exhibiting no signs of diminishing of migrants down enormous cities the whole country. The government announced today that they will resume deporting people directly from Venezuela. Just a few weeks later, extended the protection of thousands and intends to transfer $10 million to Panama, which will aid them in returning migratory workers on their way home. Of State Blinken and the Attorney General and I in Mexico's response to the problem starting today. One advertisement for this insurance. According to the administration, there will no longer be a wall construction, which continues to be our policy. Here, we have never strayed from it. Communities around the border are breaking down. What we are experiencing at this moment is a huge rise in migrants. Search activity taking place, and it's clear that for Eagle Pass and Eagle, unsustainable. This is the only obstacle between you and razor wire between Mexico and the United States. Cops assisting this little child. The pointed spikes. Other agents were compelled to cut them to allow this group to pass past some of the hundreds crossing each day. And David, according to the White House, given where they are, they must utilize at the conclusion of these despite the fact that it is stated in legislation. We further understand that the White House has faced increasing pressure from both sides of the aisle to take action at the border, and that's probably the reason we have the agreements with Venezuela that have been Panama, as well as the resurgence of the plan for 2019 that will have an impact on this. Border includes the boundary wall. David, here's a big problem facing Americans now that the current presidential campaign is all directed at us. If you love the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.